Hello everyone, this is R.Joshua Collins with Homeless Advocates for Christ, and my friend David is here. We're going to talk a little bit about his experience at the Salvation Army. So, David, how long were you at the Salvation Army work program?
Just over 5 months, I believe. Yes.
Okay. So, what happened at the program? How are you treated? Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Well, we basically woke up 5:30 every morning or so, and basically had to wait in a line that was longer than the DMV. No, I'm joking. We had to wait in lines for everything, for the mail, for food, for this, for that, everything. But it's just something you get used to. It teaches you patience and stuff. They put you to work in a warehouse and stuff like that, where if you can't do work in the warehouse, if you can't like lift a certain amount of heavy objects or whatever, you're basically dismissed from the program.
Yeah.
I lifted like some kind of a TV or something that was too heavy for me. Instead of using a dolly, I was just trying to get it off the truck a little bit quicker, and I ended up one of the discs in my back kind of popped and made some kind of noise.
Yeah.
And then between that and another issue I've been having with my jaw, I figured like going into this place they might be able to have resources and such to help me kind of with these types of things, but I ended up getting a medical discharge from it. But
yeah,
they keep you really busy from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep, basically, which is like maybe anywhere from like after 8 o'clock, after 7, depending on certain days. They have, work all day, sometimes well over 8 hours. Lifting heavy things in a warehouse full of dust and, dragging couches with cat hair and urine and all kinds of other stuff. Smells really bad. I ended up having to go to the ER when I first got there, and it was like a little concentrated city. Like you had all kinds of people from different backgrounds in there, and like you had to kind of learn to get along with everybody, or you would always have a problem. So that kind of taught me like how to deal with other people a little bit. But
yeah. So after you got injured, they just basically said you got to get out of here.
Yeah, they said I had too many medical issues to continue like staying there.
Yeah.
As part of the program or whatever. But prior to my leaving, they made sure that they had to have me fill out a form, like a accident report form, just to have their end covered. And why didn't you tell us a few days ago when this happened? I was like, well, I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, like I was trying to work through it. So
yeah, so they have no option for anyone if they don't work, basically.
They did not make any. I don't feel they made any attempt at all to like try and maybe get me some kind of a desk position. Although there is those positions. There's clerical type behind the desk doing stuff, entering things into computers, answering phones, paging people on the intercom system.
Yeah.
I feel there was plenty of other jobs that I could have been fitted better to do than taking heavy things off of a truck every day and going around picking up deliveries. I mean, like I was in the bicycle department for several months, and I feel like I was better suited for that job than anybody else. And it took me a couple of those months just to get the proper tools I needed to get a bike put together that would have made them. It's more like the place is more like a business kind of than it is actual like the salvation and your
ministry
well-being kind of thing. It's more like a everyday 9 to 5 type of a job, but you have a place to stay and food to eat.
Yeah.
And I believe like through that, like there's a whole lot more that I could say about it and stuff. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have, but
so basically they kicked you out on the street after that, right?
They gave me a list of like shelters and stuff, and it was my job to like call those places and see what the availability is and what
Yeah. And how did that go?
I ended up. I kind of wanted to be by myself for a couple days and stuff, so I ended up staying on the streets a few nights. But I ended up actually going right back to where I was familiar with, which is like my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And this time my mom was living there, and the whole shenanigans that got me to drinking and using basically started all over again. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. That's kind of what happened to the Salvation Army. I mean, I would figure they'd have something better for people than just to kick them back out just because they got injured. I mean, it's supposed to be a ministry, I was thinking. A Christian organization just doesn't seem right to me. So anyways,
I feel like,
oh, go ahead, David.
if I may, I feel like the Salvation Army was first started in the, several hundred, I don't know how many years ago, 100 years, but I mean, they lost sort of their original mission, and it's become more about a business and how much money can we make kind of a deal.
Sure.
Now we have all these different programs, the Salvation Army, Goodwill. I don't even know if any other like kind of stores rather.
Yeah.
But it's like they're all competing for each other, and they're not like sitting down praying to God, like the all loving, all knowing, like provider. Like God is supposed to be our provider to give us all we need, and here we are. I mean, like, I know it's good to do work and stuff, but they made it a little bit too much about the work and not enough about like healing the individual.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of that's changed since I was there a couple months back, but
I doubt it. Yeah, it's only been a couple months.
It's kind of the way I saw it as.
Yeah.
As well as several other people.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, David.
Sure.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's the Salvation Army here in Anaheim, correct? Yeah. So, if you have any comments about that, please share. But anyways, that's a lot of reason why a lot of people are homeless is because there's not a lot of options for people to get off the streets. So.
And they gave us chicken, not meant for human consumption.
Oh, and the food wasn't so great, I guess, anyways. But yeah, so there you go, folks. That's the story there. But please, if you like, do join my Facebook group, Homeless Advocates for Christ. That's Homeless Advocates for Christ. May God bless. Bye.